Well, listen, I mean, how did the project get to you? I mean,
So I had done a movie with Drew and Sunil, Spy Intervention, before this project. And after we wrapped that movie, Sunil was like, let's do another movie together. Here's some projects I've been developing. Read about 10 of these scripts that he had in the works. And this just really stood out to me as this like beautiful coming of age story, kind of about the perils of isolation. I don't know, I just connected with it. And I said, Sunil, we got to make this movie. And after that, we started reaching out to actors, trying to get them excited and trying to get this movie off the ground.
I mean, it is a tricky film because I saw it so long ago and I knew nothing about it. I went into it thinking, oh, this is a science fiction post-apocalyptic movie.
Yeah.
So, is that what you wanted to position it as immediately? How did you see it in your mind?
Absolutely, yeah. We wanted to position it just like that, but obviously there's a twist that happens, and the twist happens pretty early on in the movie, right? And we really liked the idea, kind of almost like the Truman Show, where the audience is ahead of the main character, and that creates just like this tension and anxiety in the audience. You're thinking, oh my gosh, like when are all of these characters going to figure out what's really happening? And that's kind of the engine of tension that like takes us through to the end of the movie. So we were, I don't know, I just always thought that was a great kind of device that you don't see a lot in movies, right? Because usually you're going through the experience with the characters, and in this movie you kind of know everything a little bit before the characters, and that kind of makes it a little more scary, a little more psychological.
Okay, you've worked with Drew before, but I mean, Alicia and Stephen coming into the frame must have been really good.
Yeah, it was great. I mean, Steven's incredible. Obviously, he's so classically trained, and he has so much experience. And so, like with Steven on set, it was just we would have these like long discussions about how his character would do certain things in the scene, and we kind of try a lot of different things, right? And Alicia was a little different. She's just so in it. She gets right into these scenes, and these are 5 8-page dialogue scenes. And so we would just go and we would do these 15, 20-minute takes where she just got really into the character and just kind of like became Henrietta. And obviously we're out in the elements. Everything we filmed with her, there was no stage. We were like really in a small cabin. It was really freezing cold. So she just kind of like immersed herself, and it was really awesome to see. And I don't think we haven't seen anything from her that's this dramatic, and I think it's really exciting that she wanted to bring all of that to this movie.
Let me ask you what the first shot you did was. Your very first day, your very first
The very first shot, it was a good story actually. Okay, so the very first shot we did was actually the last scene in the movie. It's when I don't want to say too much because I don't want to give it away, but thank you. But the last shot, the first thing we shot was the last scene of the movie. Jake, he's about to have a very fateful encounter, or so he thinks. And it was really interesting because, we had done a lot of prep, we had done rehearsal, and, I was nervous. I was like, how are we going to get him emotionally, or how are we all going to feel, about filming this very last shot on the first day? But, it's to Drew's credit. He just did a brilliant job, and he's just completely in it, and it works.
So it was the shoot was how long?
We did it in 18 days.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it was very, very short. We did it. We shot during COVID in December, so less than a year ago, and we had a really small crew and not a lot of time, but we had everything storyboarded and planned out ahead of time. And we made it happen. I mean, we were in blizzards and snowstorms and just in the elements, and we just kept shooting and shooting and shooting and did our best.
Now, I've got to ask you this because, of course, the original title was SHTF.
Right.
Now, thank God you changed it.
Yeah.
But I mean, when did that you suddenly realize, actually, we can't really call this movie?
Well, we kept sending the script and the movie out, and people would call us up and they would say, oh, I'm interested in this script. And it was, okay, we were getting the signal. We didn't have anything better because we thought, the movie is, a little bit of a Rubik's Cube, right? There are all these it's a puzzler. You're kind of figuring things out, and you're kind of like learning things, and it's a puzzle box, right? And SHTF, I think for us as a title, people not knowing what that meant to us was exciting because we thought, oh, that's just like the movie. It's this puzzle, right? But in the end, I don't think it's going to bring people to theaters. So Last Survivors it is, and we're very happy with the title.
Because obviously you have to wait for that bit in the film where he gets the book that's actually cool.
Exactly.
And then you suddenly go, oh yes.
Yeah, but even then you don't really know it. Yeah.
Okay, so you enjoyed yourself. I mean, okay, it sounded tough to make, but
It was it was. We had a great time filming. I think what was really beautiful about this movie is everyone showed up to do the exact same thing, which was to make the best movie we could given insane circumstances, and we just kind of fueled off each other's energy and the weather and the difficult circumstances just to make something that felt to us very genuine and hopefully very entertaining.
Well, it worked, and I'm really glad we've got it. As I said, the world premiere here at FrightFest, and we're really delighted to be hosting it. So thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks, Drew.
Yeah, thank you.